As I stepped out of the car, a wave of nostalgia washed over me, but it was quickly overtaken by an unsettling sense of unease. The trees seemed to lean in, their branches tangling together above my head like skeletal fingers, as if trying to snuff out the faint glow of my return. Every snap of a twig or rustle of leaves made me jump, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched from the shadows. My childhood home loomed before me, its facade seeming smaller than I remembered, yet at the same time, somehow more imposing. The windows, once bright and cheerful, now looked dull and tired, like worn-out crayons left out too long in the sun. I hesitated for a moment, my foot hovering over the cracked sidewalk, as if unsure whether to take the next step. A shiver ran down my spine as I gazed up at the house, its door seeming to sag under the weight of my own return. As I push open the creaky front door, a wave of stale air washes over me, heavy with the scent of decay and forgotten memories. The foyer, once a bright yellow, now seems to vibrate with a dull gray light, like the color has been drained from its very pores. The furniture, too, appears to have surrendered to the passage of time, its vibrant patterns worn and faded, like the remnants of a watercolor painting left out in the rain. I can feel the weight of years bearing down upon me as I step further into the house, my footsteps echoing off the walls with an unsettling familiarity. The chandelier above, once a bright sphere of light, now hangs like a moribund bulb, casting flickering shadows across the walls that seem to twist and writhe on their own. Every step I take seems to stir up the dust, making me feel like an intruder in my own home. I've been wandering these halls for what feels like hours, every step stirring up a cloud of dust that swirls around me like a malevolent spirit. The light flickers and dances, casting eerie shadows on the walls that seem to pulse with a life of their own. I try to shake off the feeling of unease, telling myself it's just my imagination playing tricks on me, but deep down, I know better. This house has always felt like a prison, and now it feels like it's closing in on me. The creaks and groans of the old wooden floorboards seem to be watching me, waiting for me to make another wrong move. Every door I open seems to lead to more questions than answers. The air is thick with dust and the scent of decay, making my stomach turn. I've found rooms that were never meant to be seen, rooms that were hidden behind secret doors and secret panels. And in each room, I find clues that suggest I'm not alone here. I've been walking for what feels like hours, my feet carrying me through rooms I'm certain don't belong to this house. The air is heavy with dust and the weight of years unspoken. Every step creaks beneath my feet, a reminder that I'm not the only one who's stirred these long-abandoned halls. I've seen glimpses of a life lived here, but it's as if it's been erased, leaving only faint echoes behind. The scent of decay still clings to me, making my stomach turn with every step. It's a reminder that some secrets are better left unspoken. In this house, the past and present seem to blend together like oil and water, refusing to be separated. I wander into a room that appears to have been left untouched for decades, its walls lined with old bookshelves, their contents spilling onto the floor in neat piles. I stand there, my eyes fixed on a single, unsettling moment. A figure in white, its face obscured by the curve of a neck, standing just behind me. For an instant, our gazes meet, and I feel a jolt of recognition, as if I've seen this person before, though I know that's impossible. The image lingers, refusing to dissipate, until it vanishes into thin air, leaving me breathless and disoriented. I spin around, but the room remains empty, except for the faint scent of mothballs wafting through the air, a reminder that time has stood still here for years. I take a step forward, my hand reaching out as if to grasp something, though I'm not sure what. The air feels heavy with secrets, and I sense that I'm walking into a trap, but my feet move of their own accord, drawn by some morbid fascination. Shadows on the walls seem to shift and writhe, like living things, and I feel my heart begin to pound in my chest. I've been walking these halls for what feels like hours, my footsteps echoing off the familiar walls as if I'm a stranger in my own home. The shadows on the floor seem to be following me, twisting and writhing like dark tentacles. I try to shake the feeling, telling myself it's just fatigue, but the sensation only intensifies with each step. Every door I open leads to a dead end or an empty room, as if the house itself is hiding something from me. The air is thick with dust and the scent of decay, but beneath that, there's a richer, darker smell, like rotting fruit or something long dead. It's a stench that clings to my skin, making my stomach churn. I can feel it spreading through my chest, like a cold mist seeping into my bones. The air clings to me, a heavy mist that refuses to clear. I take another tentative step forward, my eyes scanning the familiar hallway for any sign of movement. But there's nothing, just the oppressive weight of it all. The smell is different now, though. It's less putrid, more acidic, like something's burning inside the walls themselves. I can feel it seeping into my nostrils, making my skin prickle with unease. I try to tell myself it's just the house settling, but deep down, I know that's not true. This smell, this is something alive, something that's been waiting for me all along. I pause, listening, and the silence is like a physical presence, pressing against me from all sides. The creaks and groans of the old house seem amplified, like they're trying to tell me something. But in what language? I force a deep breath, telling myself I'm not afraid. But my heart is a leaden weight in my chest as I move forward, my eyes scanning the darkening room for any sign of movement. The flickering light of my phone casts eerie shadows on the walls, making it seem like the very furniture itself is watching me. Suddenly, a faint whisper seems to caress my ear, and I spin around, but there's no one there. The voice is low and husky, familiar, yet somehow off. It's the sound of my mother's laugh, but it sends a shiver down my spine as I realize it's not coming from her. The words seem to vibrate through the air. Welcome home. My skin crawls as I look around, wondering who else is here, and that's when I see them.